Parts of the New Haven community to feel safe when the police arrive. That is our goal.
After a long process, very long, spanning more than a year, New Haven finally has a permanent police chief. Assistant Chief KARL Jacobson, a 15-year veteran of the department, was sworn in this morning.
Channel 3 New Haven Bureau Chief MATTMCFARLAND has been following this process for many months now. He's live outside police headquarters. Matt, the chief says there's a lot to do, right?
Absolutely, Mark and Aaron. You know, Chief Jacobson says he's got a short-term vision for the first 100 days. Also has a long-term plan as well, but he says first things first, and that's rebuilding the community trust after a man was paralyzed in police custody just a few weeks ago. With his daughter Kelly pinning on his new badge.
I was never about leading a department. I was about doing the right things, making a community safe.
And then taking the oath.
Congratulations.
KARL Jacobson became New Haven's new police chief.
Our measures of success will not be the number of arrests we make or the number of traffic citations we issue, but rather our interactions with the community and the reduction of crime, fear, and disorder in New Haven.
Jacobson, who's been with the department for 15 years, says that interaction starts by rebuilding community trust after Randy Cox was paralyzed while in police custody last month. And it continues with getting new officers back on walking beats.
Just restart that community-based policing concept where the cops walk for the first 3 years and build those relationships.
Today's ceremony was a long time coming. New Haven Mayor Justin Elliker originally submitted Assistant Chief Renee Dominguez for the top spot. But late last year, the Board of Alders rejected her nomination, saying they wanted more community input. But after a nationwide search, it turned out the mayor didn't have to look too far after all.
The fact that there was a unanimous vote by the Board of Alders last night, it means that we're headed in the right direction. I'm very confident about Chief Jacobson.
So was Ronald Huggins, who works in the youth department and showed up to lend his support.
He responds. More than anything, he responds, he shows up. I trust him. He really deeply cares about the New Haven community.
And Jacobson pledges his police department will be open, accountable, and accessible, vowing to get to work.
I want the community and the officers to work in tandem, to work together, to help solve problems together. I want the homicide and violence to go down. You know, I want people to have equal opportunities to be police officers. I want to diversify this police department.
And following the mistreatment of Randy Cox, the chief said that they would be changing the way officers would handle those in police custody. He says they're going to lay out those details tomorrow. He also said his command staff, he wants to diversify that, and he says he'll make the announcement with a ceremony of his new assistant chiefs later this month. We're live with the mobile newsroom in New Haven. MATTMCFARLAND, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.